Hey, it's 5 o'clock. Time for the Murray City Redevelopment Agency. Let's see, for Tuesday, November 14th, 2023. And we have all members of the RDA present, so welcome, as well as the mayor and our attorney, GL, and our recorder, Brooke. So I guess I need to say that members of the public may view the meeting via the live stream at www.murraycitylive.com or via Facebook on .com Murray City, Utah. Public comments will be made in person during the meeting or may be submitted by sending an email including your name and address to rda@murray.utah.gov. All comments are limited to 3 minutes or less, and email comments will be read into the meeting record. So we will get started with this meeting, and number 1 is approval of the minutes. There are no minutes, so we don't have to worry about that. The next one is citizen comments. And I just mentioned that the comments are limited to 3 minutes or less. And are there any email comments? Zach? Okay. So there are no email. So now it's open for citizen comments. Okay. All right. Hearing none, then we will go to our first and only discussion item, which is presentation and board feedback on proposed development of the property located at 5025 South State Street. And it will be presented initially by Mayor Brett Hales.
Thank you.
There you are. Mayor, you just...
I'm getting quick, aren't I? Finally.
Welcome, and
thank you.
We've all been looking forward to this. So.
I know, huh? Really?
Yes.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Did that sound like Elvis a little bit? Thank you. Thank you very much. That wasn't my intent, but anyway, I'm going to read this if you don't mind. So thanks for having us here today. We appreciate it, and you'll hear from the organization that we've chosen. But let me just give you a little background. So the RDA board hired Orton Yost from Colliers International to market the property at 5025 South State Street, the old City Hall. The property appraised for $14,330,000, assuming the property is developed as high-density multifamily. That's what it was appraised for. On May 31st, Colliers International received 10 proposals from developers. On June 20th, the RDA board held a closed session to review the short list of the proposals. The board recommended 2 developers to the mayor to move forward with. After several meetings with the RDA chair and vice chair and staff, I am presenting my final recommendation. I want to thank those developers that submitted their proposals. They all worked hard and did a great job. I'm sure much time and thought went into their proposal, and there were a lot of great ideas. With the help of Diane, our chair, and Pam, vice chair, and Phil, and I'll mention Zach, Elvon, Susan, and many others that Phil has involved, which he does a great job. He gets his staff heavily involved. I selected the Triumph Group's proposal for further negotiation. Tonight's presentation is the culmination of those negotiations. I am recommending the Triumph Group for the following reasons. The Triumph Group offered $9,520,000. Although this was not equal to the appraisal, the Triumph Group proposal has the lowest residential density, and that was in conjunction with the RDA chair and vice chair that we talked about this. let me go back to the Triumphs Group proposal has the lowest residential density of all proposals, which seems to be an important issue for our Murray citizens. The Triumph Group proposal includes medical office, which will enhance Murray's reputation and image as a thriving medical destination. The benefits include high-paying jobs, economic development, and a healthy community. And we also, as the RDA chair and vice chair and my staff, talked with Brenda Moore, our financial director, and with her agreement that there would be this. Another reason it was picked is our revenue that would come in, future revenue. The financial investment that the Triumph Group will make in the development is a significant source of property tax revenue. The Triumph Group proposal includes a landmark that may enrich, enhance, and define the city and this location. The Triumph Group is proposing owner-occupied housing, which will provide much-needed housing in the city as well as stabilize the neighborhood. Although, the Triumph Group will use materials and design principles that enhance, that are in context with Murray historic surroundings. The Triumph Group will construct the project to meet International Energy Conservation Code, assuring economic and environmental benefits. The purpose of tonight's meeting is for the Triumph Group to present their proposal to you as a board. I encourage you to ask questions, share your comments. Following the meeting, the city and the Triumph Group will negotiate a real estate purchase contract that will be presented in December, whenever that date ends up being, because I'm not sure if it's going to be on the 12th. But if that's the date, we'll do it on, I guess we can do it on any day we choose because it's RDA. But the Triumph Group will negotiate a real estate purchase contract with that'll be presented to the RDA board in December. So without going into any further, further detail, I'm going to turn the time over to the Triumph Group. And just want to mention that there's been a lot of work on this. It is hard, I'll tell you. I mean, we've gone back and forth, and there were certain things we could have done that would have been easier, but we want to do what was right. And that's what you guys as a board, you board have always said, we want to do the right thing. We don't just want to do it fast. There were times we thought, my goodness, this is taking way too long, but you want to do what's right. GL, our attorney and his staff have worked hard on to make this go. We've had a committee that has met. We'll try. I have not been on that committee. We wanted to just leave it to that committee to move forward with this. So anyway, we'll have Triumph present to you, and then you'll have time to ask questions after that. Is that good?
Sounds good.
All right.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
All right, and we'll have
Triumph,
the
we'll
Triumph
turn that
Group.
time over to you.
And if you would introduce yourselves when.
Yeah, thanks so much. You're awesome. It will help me to have notes for sure. Well, thank you for the time. My name is Jeremy Lowry, and I am with the Triumph Group. I am a resident of Murray as well, and I'm very, very pleased to be here with you. As the mayor said, this has been like a combination of quite a bit of effort and quite a bit of time. This is plugged in. Let's see if we get it, get that working up there. There we go, almost. My daughter likes those colorful umbrellas too. Thanks. There we go. Okay, so as the mayor mentioned, that we've gone through quite an exhaustive process. I think it's been a very good process that has led us to a better result than we would have had otherwise. There's been a lot of public comment that we've heard during public meetings of the RDA, and we believe that we've taken into account the wants and desires of the public as we designed this project. We're very excited to present it. I'm going to present part of it, and Jim Alred will present some of the schematic drawings. The Triumph Group is a Murray located business. We're on 9th East and 5151 South. It's a picture of our building. Triumph has been in business for over 20 years. Prior to that, Triumph was part of other groups. The principals of Triumph, we have Kenny Nichols, Jim Allred, Kenny's there, Dave Kilpack, were principals of other companies, and these are some examples of some of the buildings that they have either designed or constructed. So we have a lot of experience building high quality buildings that are energy efficient. As the mayor mentioned, energy efficiency is important to us. We are, as we've talked to clients, we are interested in using the international energy conservation code. The reason for that is we potentially will have clients that will be from outside of Utah, and for those clients, it will make more sense. That's a code that's used internationally and nationwide. Even federal buildings use that code, so it's going to make more sense to them than a Utah-specific code. But we think that will give us a really great building. Beyond that, the Tribe Group has a lot of experience building wonderful buildings that stand the test of time. Several examples are there. Here's some more examples of buildings that the Triumph Group has built or designed. Draper City Hall is an example of one. Workers' compensation building. The EMI Health building just around the corner from here, along with many more. I've known Jim Allred for almost 2 decades. And I can't speak more highly to his integrity and to his ability to produce incredible work, which, like I said, I think you'll be very excited and I hope really enjoy the renderings that we're going to show you. Our proposed mixed-use development contains almost 180,000 square feet of medical office. As the council knows, we've been speaking with a significant medical practice in our community. You saw a letter that was written by them. We don't have them under contract because we're not under contract on the property yet. We are in discussions with their executives and with their board, and we are excited once we go under contract to be able to negotiate what they'll be doing with us. Beyond that, we've had a lot of interest from other medical groups, and we feel that the location is ideally suited for medical office space. Beyond that, we have a restaurant that will be the base of a tower. I'm going to talk about the tower in a second, and then 99 what we project to be for sale condominiums and townhome units. Really excited about the residential as well. As the mayor mentioned, we think that this is a really great opportunity to build some beautiful townhomes on an amazing site that will overlook some of the jewels of our community. And then we think that the condominiums can provide some of the missing middle housing that is so important in our community and across the state today. So very excited about that. As we went through the different iterations of our proposal, we recognized that we really wanted to have a distinctive landmark, and we realized this is really the center of the valley, and so we decided to think big and we got creative. For those of you that have been to Italy, you'll notice St. Mark's Square, but we wanted to have a community gathering plaza, and as we thought about it, really nice restaurants that would benefit the community and hopefully could become a sense of pride in Salt Lake Valley and can draw people to it. So we're very excited to present that. I'm going to ask Jim to come up and he'll walk through some of the rendering, some of the site plans, and then I'll come back to answer any questions. So thank you.
I'm Jim Allred.
Welcome, Jim.
Thank you. And I've been associated with this community for a long, long time, and it's not 20 years we've been here. It's been 40, okay? And so we don't look like it, but we're very excited about Murray. We've always been excited about Murray. We've been excited about energy conservation, as you all have, as we've been in public meetings and heard what the public wants. We want exactly what the public wants because we live here, our office is here. We want to do something unique, and so we really put on our thinking caps and we said, okay, let's do something really, really unique for Murray City because we're vested. It's us. We're locals, okay? And so as we started to look at this site, actually, this is the contours were taken by NASA okay? And we picked up the general contours so we could figure out how to master plan this community. And so we have 3 levels of parking structure here. And I'll ask Ken Nichols if I miss anything, Ken. Ken's the director of architecture for our firm and has been for a long, long time. And so we established a lower level, which you can see where the red marks are. That level takes you on grade right into what we consider the parking for the residential. We can control that parking so that people feel secure in that location and that their cars will be secure. And on that particular level, that's where they'll be. You go to the next level, which is accessible from the street that kind of cuts the site right through there so the circulation works well. We have where the tower is located at the upper left-hand side at the top, and you'll see it more in 3D as we share with you the renderings. But we've been enamored with historical aspects. I served for 10 years on the downtown board. In 1987, I did some historical studies of the elevations of State Street for Murray City. I know I don't look that old, but it was a few years ago. And ever since then, I taught historic preservation when I was in graduate school. And we wanted to do something that had the history flair to it, but preserved what we felt was important with Murray. So you can see the access here would be for for the office structures. Here we have another one, which we can show you how the circulation works. And we've reviewed this and feel like it's a pretty darn good site plan and lays things out for a mixed-use project. So we came up with this idea for a landmark, and we said, we gotta go big or go home, okay? And so we decided to build this tower. Now this tower is just that, it's a landmark. We're trying to use historic elements on the building that were used on buildings on State Street. We're trying to incorporate those. This tower is a staircase that takes you up to an observation deck. And we thought through that process, it'd be really neat, you know, to have some historical pictures as you're going up. And you have to hike up to this. There's not an elevator there. So it's almost like climbing the smokestacks when they were still around. You know, everybody remembers that. And everybody's kids said, hey, I climbed to the top of the smokestacks. I had a neighbor that said, if you're going to do it, don't tell me. Just don't tell me. But so we thought this would be kind of a neat thing. And we have restaurants that are on both sides of the tower. And we thought, man, it'd be really neat to advertise that. We're at the Tower Restaurant in Murray. So, oh, where's that in Murray? Well, it's where the tower is. So, you know, we're trying to create a landmark that identifies us, but still has the historic quality and ties in with what we'd want to see, okay, personally, and what we've read from public hearings that we've been in, what people would like to see in Murray. So as you come down State Street, you can see that set of stairs that take you up and into the plaza area, okay? And we're hoping to get restaurants here, and you can see we got a couple of levels there, and we think that that would really be a nice part of what the medical client would like to see as well. Where do I feed the people, okay, that work here? Hey, we've got a couple of restaurants, and let's stay on site and walking distance through the park and over to several more restaurants. So it's all walkable and connectable, you know, to the city. So we think it's a pretty interesting view into that. You can see we have a building here in front, and we have one back on the parking, on top of the parking structure. It's located back there. Am I good so far? We doing okay? And so as you come from the parking structure, and you can see, hey, you walk into this building, and we're intending to use glass and brick and those components that are rich materials and create this feeling of community. Now from the air, you can see that road that comes through. There's a drop off here for the people that go into the medical facility. And you can see the parking is located here, and then outdoor restaurant space for these two restaurants that are there. I threw tacos on there because I really love tacos, okay? I think they're really good. But, so we could close off that one parking lot, and we have a big plaza there for community activities, for health fairs, for whatever it might be. We feel like that we want to have that part of the design of our project. You can see we've got some different renderings here. And we feel like this plaza will create a lot of energy for the space. You know, in inclement weather, you can go inside and dine there, and even up on a second level potentially. So we incorporate here and we bring these restaurants, which are somewhat contemporary. We bring those up pretty close to the tower, but we stop it and give that opportunity. Now, I'm jumping to the backside, which faces Ken Price Field, and these are townhomes which we're proposing to put that will basically help screen out the parking structure. And you can see we have little courtyards that you'll come out from your unit, and you can be there in the courtyard and say hi to your neighbors as they walk by and head towards Murray Park, or they head to the theater, or wherever it is they're going. And we're trying to use here as well the brick, and we're trying to use it. The site steps up the hill somewhat, and you can see up here we're stepping these units down, and we're sending stairs up to the second level of these townhomes, kind of like you'll see in other historical areas, right? And then on the main floor, we can have a place where you can have your business. You can have your business right there in your home, and then your home the couple of stories above that. So we tried very hard to kind of pick up on that historical component of this area. And you can see here how you've got a little outdoor area. We have a couple of areas as we step these townhomes up the hill we have some rooftop areas that we can come out on so you can watch the Murray fireworks, you know, that'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it, to be right there by the fireworks as they go off.
Jim, you might mention no garage doors facing the street. You won't see any.
Sorry, I'll back you up here a little bit so you can see that. So one of the cool features about the townhomes is they'll have a two-car garage attached, but it will be within the bottom level of the parking structure. So it's going to feel pretty cool for the people who live there. We have a great video that illustrates this, and we'll show it to you now as well.
Okay, did you indicate that there will be no garage doors on the outside?
Correct.
Okay,
They face into the parking structure.
right. I just wanted to make sure that
Yeah.
that was clear.
Yep.
Because if you're not at the microphone, then we don't know that you said it.
That's right. Oh, it's not showing up here.
And it's important, so.
Yes, it is. Thank you. Yeah, it's not pulling it up.
Let's try this. This is our big finale, guys. We need to show this video. I appreciate that. There'll be a quiz at the end.
What happened? We might need to drag it over to that screen probably.
Where's that?
This is in good hands now.
Over there?
Can I ask a question while we're waiting? Do you guys have any idea how much the townhomes condos are going to be going for? Do you have any idea on that?
Yeah.
You know, one of the things that we're trying to accomplish, we would like these condos to hopefully be.
Can you repeat that? We just want to make sure that the
Okay,
audience.
one of
that's
the
watching
things that we're trying to accomplish is we're trying to get a affordable unit there so that, you know, I think it's nice they're not raising the interest rates anymore. We hope they start
Yeah.
to come down so that people can afford, you know, the the units that we're striving to obtain. Now, the townhomes will be a little bit more, obviously, because of the square footage. But the stacked flats here, you can see we're still working on these drawings. If you see that, there's part of it here that we're trying to show off, but we've been working feverishly to get as much of this done as we can. Because for some reason, my preliminary sketches were not quite enough to give detail to the to the presentation. And now I can see what you were thinking, and I was thinking something differently. So we appreciate the chance to be able to work through these renderings and to show you exactly what we're trying to achieve. But we're trying to get them affordable, okay? And construction costs are changing all the time.
I know.
I mean, I got letters this past week and said, hey, concrete's going up in January, better hurry and buy some. And so it's a little bit of a struggle, but we're striving to get to that point.
That'd be good. We would appreciate it.
Absolutely. Yeah, the townhomes are, so this is based on the corridor of Jones and Myrtle. So we'll we'll let you see this video real fast. It gives a good sense of it.
You kind of get to see the gardens here in the front, the kind of the patios and the outdoor flavor. And then we were thinking here in the center, let's break this up, maybe put a little mini park in here, where you can go and sit and enjoy things. You can see the 3 levels of parking in the back there, and we're covering that up with some very attractive townhomes as we step up the hill here. Because that grade is pretty steep. But it kind of makes these units at the end pretty nice, too, to enter in the second floor instead of the first floor.
Yeah, gives a lot of detail to it. And you kind of see the which again, we hope will be able to be kind of the missing middle part of the market. So with that, I think that we'd love to answer any questions.
Okay. I guess it's for the board to question and let these guys know what you think.
Do you know what 2 medical people are coming, corporations, or can you not say?
So in the proposal we provided at the end of May, there was a letter in that from Granger Medical Group indicating they had interest in the site. Again, we're not under contract, so we haven't put them under contract, but we anticipate that they would be placing medical facilities at the site.
And did you say who it was, or did I not?
Granger Medical Group.
So what would the facilities be? Would they be offices? Would it be a surgical? I mean, what kind of medical facilities do you anticipate?
Yeah, that's a really great question. So there'll be a combination. I think that in the State Street building, the 5-story building, in that building, we'll most likely see on the main floor potentially an imaging center. They have interest in putting a pharmacy there, as well as a women's care group, as well as just normal family practice